Welcome to episode 2 of Actioncorp TV. We've got a whole bunch of stuff tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man. We're going to talk Tesla. Chris has put together this awesome sort of quiz 2.0 version for, what would you say, Chris? Early 90s or late 90s, early aughts tech?
Correct. Yeah. Technology, computers, that kind of thing.
Sweet.
Perfect.
All right. Well, cool. I want to kick it off because Spider-Man head, if you've ever watched any of other of our content, and today, which is March 18th when we recorded, Spider-Man's the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day released, and I can't find a problem with this trailer. I love everything about it. I love the costume. I love the I love that Keith David's voice is in it, which I don't know who he's going to be, but he's been Tombstone before, so he could be Tombstone, which is a very cool Spider-Man villain. You knew Keith David was Tombstone? I didn't know you watched.
No, I heard his voice in the trailer, and I'm like, oh yeah.
There's Punisher. Shane from Walking Dead is playing the Punisher from previously the Daredevil series on Netflix. There are several cool things. I think Mr. Negative is what's affecting his bizarre mutation. That's just a guess. But like you're seeing here, he's collapsing and waking up in a cobweb. I think he's going to have biological web shooters again. They don't really show it here. They imply it. They never show his wrist inside the shot. Bruce Banner, I think, is going to at least start.
Bruce Banner have on his arm there? Did you see that? That was weird.
No, but I wonder if it's like a regulator like he had in She-Hulk to keep him from raging out. That's a good question. I didn't notice that. I'm going to back up a little bit.
Right,
zoom in and
yes, there you can see.
Absolutely is. Let me see if I can get that paused. YouTube is real bad at scrubbing. Yeah, there was something similar in She-Hulk. He had a regulator. So I wonder if that's why he's back to normal. That is a good catch. I didn't notice that. And I've probably watched this thing 10 times today. There's some really cool stuff. Let me just kind of scrub a little bit. There's I think that's Mr. Negative. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this apartment in the trailer. There's several different shots happening here. This is Matt Gargan, who is the Scorpion. It's also Nacho from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
He's great.
He whips him with his tail here. In the comics, that's a mechanical suit that J. Jonah Jameson commissioned to have made so somebody could go kill Spider-Man. I don't know if that'll be the same in this one. I keep skipping this shot. These two shots. This is classic Spider-Man issue 1 comic book cover. And then the following shot I love too. There's like the McFarlane, like spindly, spinny webs all around him. And it looks like he's fighting Boomerang. I don't know. I'm just guessing because it looks kind of like Boomerang's suit and he's throwing 3 boomerangs, but they haven't even discussed Boomerang being in it yet. But I love that the costume is wrinkled. Like, look at his boot here. Oh yeah, you're seeing my cursor, but I'm glad this time. I like that it's not just a CG'd perfectly sprayed on suit. It's like a suit that a kid would make. I know I just rambled for 2 minutes on it. What did you guys think? What do you see now that you're thinking about?
I think it looks really good too. I like, because it's been a while since, what was it, No Way Home? And I kind of had forgotten about the whole gimmick of like nobody knows who Peter Parker is, like he's been erased or whatever. So I like this as a way, because I've known for a long time, and I know you probably told me this, that this is like a kind of reductionary version of Spider-Man. It's not like saving the universe. It's just
back to street
Spider-Man.
Level.
Yeah, it's just back to the street, and that's a good way to do it, where it's like he doesn't, he's just back kind of doing low level stuff. And then what was the other thing? I mean, I just like the idea of that more than anything. And then a lot of the trailer really hits on the idea that, like, he's dealing with his friends not even knowing him. And then the gag at the end of the episode is really great. With he seems like a amazing neighbor.
Oh yeah,
friendly neighborhood.
A friendly neighbor. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm watching this on the PlayStation channel.
So Seth, was there any surprises in there that you thought like you're so close to it? Was there anything I didn't know that? Or you?
Not. I knew Bruce Banner. I knew Matt Gargan was going to be in it. It had been leaked for a long time that Mr. Negative was going to be in it. I knew Punisher. I'm trying to think of I'm more surprised by the costume and the quality of the shots, that they're really kind of getting more into the web swinging and the like moving around like Peter, like he can do, which I think Andrew Garfield's did a lot more. But this one, it looks like they're really trying to get back into. He moves weird, and so they're taking advantage of it and kind of showing it, like just falling off backwards off the side of that building. I love that.
I read that this is being directed by the same guy who directed
Shang-Chi.
And he was supposed to direct the Kang Dynasty, but of course that changed. So he's doing this now.
Yeah, this is the first one that has not been directed by is it John Watts? I feel bad that I don't remember this, but who kind of was directing his more like Chris Columbus movies, like teenage coming of age things. This is going to be a little bit more actiony and not quite as teen angsty. So I'm this is perfect. I'm so excited about this. I have no problems whatsoever.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it this summer, right?
Yep, July 31st, I think. All right, cool. Well, that's that. Craig, you've got our next topic.
Yeah, this is a continuation from a car drive that we had, but was talking about on the road trips, Tesla. So they've moved the FSD to subscription, and as of February 14th, they quit selling FSD full out. So you used to be able to, and a lot of people early on, and talking like 10 years ago, we feel really sorry for these people, had cars that were what was called hardware 3, which is what I have in my car. It's the previous generation of the AI computer and the cameras. They paid $10,000 to $13,000 for the promise of full self-driving. No supervised or unsupervised, because that's what they call it now, right? It's supervised full self-driving. But you paid $10,000 to $13,000 for full self-driving, knowing also that that was going to stick to the car. You were never going to be able to trade it. It doesn't stick with the person. So they stopped selling that in February. That was kind of not a surprise, because Elon's benefit package for his, going to be the highest paid person ever, is part of that's really tied to subscriptions and revenue. So the interesting thing they threw in March, being the end of quarter here for Tesla and for a lot of companies, is they are going to allow people to transfer FSD to a new vehicle. And I'm like, oh, well, that's great. Thank you very much. That would be nice. A lot of people that maybe paid that money back in the day for a version of the hardware that doesn't do all the cool things the new versions of the hardware can do, we're pretty happy with that. And then the first part of the drama that happened was, and I don't think I told you guys about this, Tesla released a new version of the Cybertruck, a new model of it.
Does it look nice?
It looks dumb as usual, Seth. It's super, super ugly still. I know. Okay. But a new trim is the word I was looking for, which was really, really compelling. So they had a rear-wheel drive trim of the Cybertruck that they released originally when the Cybertruck kind of came out, like the cost-reduced version. But it had like a plastic.
Trim? What do you mean, like a model?
Well, like the package of like the features you get with it. So, like example, the early cheap version of the rear-wheel drive Tesla didn't have the tonto cover that automatically folded down off the back. It just had a cloth thing that you had to like zip into place, like real janky. And it had like missing a bunch of speakers and a bunch of, things around comfort and lighting and stuff. And it was like too basic and nobody wanted to buy it. So they announced you could transfer FSD. And at the same time, they said, okay, we got this really cool trim of the Cybertruck that has like the full tonto cover. It basically has everything except for like the air suspension and I think one other thing around the powertrain. But like all the premium features you'd really want are there. Like it looks and feels like a regular Cybertruck that costs like $30,000 more. And it was like $59,000. And people are like, wow, I could get this crazy Cybertruck $59,000. And they actually said, as long as you place your order by the end of March, you could transfer your FSD. And then so many people ordered it, they changed their mind and said, nope, now you have to take delivery by the end of March. And so they were nice enough to give everybody their $250 deposit back that did that. Because so many people ordered the Cybertruck, the people that ordered it aren't going to get it until like April next year. Like it's because it was such a good deal for $59,000 for a fully electric truck that had this many features. So now let's get back to the Craig thing. So I was thinking this whole full self-driving transfer thing. I have full self-driving on my Tesla Model 3 2022. That is hardware 3, which means it's not as smart as the new hardware 4. And really kind of got me in a pickle thinking I should try to maybe look at getting a car while they're finally doing this, because everybody's pretty sure like this is the last transfer. Like they're not going to let you transfer it to a new vehicle after this. And so I was looking into it and contacted Tesla, and I'm going to contact them again. But what they said was, and it really deep in their terms, that the way I bought FSD, they're not going to let me transfer it. So it's
I
like,
didn't know that. I knew that you
Yeah,
were speculating. I didn't know you talked to him.
yeah. Well, I was doing some research and trying to look around, and I saw a post about it, and people were saying that some of the people that bought they call them CPO, which is like some kind of what the Tesla certified system is, that since you didn't actually write them a check for FSD, that version FSD is VIN tied to the car and it would never be transferred, and that's what they're saying. So anyway, that kind of takes some pressure off of trying to figure out if I want to upgrade or not. And I get to keep my car around with its FSD, and hoping it would get better. I think I mentioned this to you guys too. They did mention that there's going to be a new version of FSD, because I haven't got a new version of FSD in over a year. So I've gotten some software
Really?
updates to the car. Yeah,
I
the
thought you've
version
had
of FSD
updates since then.
I had tons of updates, but nothing to FSD.
Okay.
The version
Oh.
of FSD, like the brain of my self-driving, hasn't changed in a year, which has also made a lot of Tesla owners very upset, because they paid a lot for the FSD, and where all the new cars with the hardware 4 are doing amazing things, parking themselves, stopping. Like there are actually videos now of the new version of FSD. It's called 14, by the way. With FSD 14, like it's noticing hand signals from construction workers, right? Like the construction workers stop, don't go, and then they go, and the car goes. Just amazing, like almost like it's got a personality and it's alive kind of thing. Well, they did say they're going to release a light version of that version of the FSD that will fit in our little AI 3 computers, our version 3 computers. But yeah, just lots of drama in the Tesla world around FSD that I thought was kind of interesting, at least to me.
So
Hopefully we'll find some
you had
fans,
talked
but-
about how the Tesla had been saying that they were going to take care of the people,
Yeah.
and is taking care of them just saying F off, or is
That's what it's kind of looking like. So unless they come back and say, hey, you know what, you all that had it, but I think I'm still going to be stuck because I didn't buy FSD outright. So I might even have more of an uphill battle. With all that said, though, and you guys have seen it, but for people watching the show, on road trips, the FSD is the version I have is really, really good, right? It really is like very outside of navigation errors. I don't really have to get in there and do anything with it. Should have pulled up the deer video too. We should show that sometime.
ooh, is that's on
wasn't
your channel, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, keep talking.
That wasn't a full FSD thing, but FSD was engaged when that happened. If we find that video,
We will.
Well, just describe it. Tell us what happened.
So
no, don't. I'm tell it when I get
Okay.
it pulled up here.
Well, while he's pulling that up, Craig, I have a question for you. This is
ask me some questions. Yeah.
but this is kind of Tesla adjacent.
Go
So
make it.
like,
is it not
is there
public?
another car manufacturer that has something similar to this?
No, there are some that have, like, Blue Cruise is the Ford version. Rivian has one, but nobody's even close right now. Ironically, I have not got a chance to watch the NVIDIA. Now, what's that thing they did this week? Is it like
Oh,
an
the
NVIDIA
DLSS thing.
Well, they did. It was an NVIDIA in general thing, right? Though it wasn't just DLSS, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
was,
just the thing I had my eyes on.
yeah. They announced they're doing a big partnership with a bunch of companies that do FSD, so their own version of
But
self-driving.
like, if you got it like a Rivian, what could it do?
Really
you know?
smart cruise control,
Okay.
like an adaptive, like lane keep and follow along and stuff like that.
But you couldn't say
Nobody,
like, you couldn't just say like, go to this destination.
yes, but it's a lot of the edge cases don't fit in that the same way with FSD, like a deer driving out in the middle of the road.
Craig, I don't
while
think
you're
that
dri-
video is public, so I don't think I am going to be able to pull it up unless you've got it. And if you can send me the link, I'll show it.
The unlisted link, yeah.
Do you ask me another question? Let's see here.
Are you sad that you're not going to have a cyber? At first, I know you really wanted a Cybertruck, and now I think you've realized that it looks like a PS1.
I don't think the look is the
level of
problem with the
detail.
Cybertruck. I heard all sorts of like problems with the. I know it's goofy. I think its gadgetiness is like pretty cool in that regard.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
just think it looks like a turd.
Gadgetiness, but I think the reasons I would be against it personally is that I just heard a lot of problems with it, like problems with the actual make of it and like it not being all that premium.
All I ever think of when I think of the Cybertruck is Elon whipping a baseball at the mirror after saying it could take a bullet, and it
That
just
was the
immediately
best.
shatters. And then he throws it. He's like, "Oh, that was a bad one." Throws a second one, just that was great.
Well, and I was kind of disappointed too. Like I pretty well made the decision. I'm gonna chat again with them this weekend, just to see if I get a different rep. Because if I can get it in writing, they'll say they'll transfer it. I'll be good. And some people have it's X, so you don't know if it's true. But some people have said like, yeah, I asked them and they said they would do it. So do the transfer. But I sent that to you, Seth, by the way, in Discord.
I'm pulling it up right now.
But I really was looking forward to showing you guys, because I just, because of being a fan and stuff, I've seen so much people doing the videos of the self-driving 14. You guys would be amazed. All right, so we got the video here. It's got funny
here we
sound
go.
too. So this is driving back from Indy, and it's pretty quick. But these are the cameras on the Tesla.
You slowed it down.
Yeah, it's gonna do a little slow down version of it here in a second. These are some different camera views, and the camera views do not show how close that deer got to the car.
But the thing, and just to clarify, you didn't do this. The car.
I took over, but the car started turning and beeping, and then I saw it, and because as a human, I wasn't gonna like, well, I trust the robot. I grabbed it, but literally, I don't know if, because we were talking, and I was looking ahead, but me and Seth were having a conversation, and I didn't notice the deer because it was dark out. Right, the Tesla saw the car or started the deer and started beeping before I saw it, and started moving before I moved. But literally, you're talking microseconds. I grabbed that wheel. So it's hard to say. I actually have, by the way, well, for future content, I now have an application that pulls FSD data down from the videos. Tesla started including the FSD data and the telemetry data in the videos that they publish. I couldn't do this back then. So now I can overlay when I took over from FSD, the steering wheel position, the brake and gas, and all that stuff. So we'll be able to, like in the future, if that were to happen, you would see when I disengaged FSD, when I turned the wheel and stuff like that, and when it was turning the wheel. But yeah, that was, I mean, could I have done it by myself? Maybe, but
Yeah.
it
So you're
started
not
doing
certain,
the
is what
turn.
you're saying. You're not
Yeah,
really
Seth
sure.
was right there. He heard it started beeping. Like we were both talking, it started beeping.
I definitely heard the beeping. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would, like, if the car and you hadn't taken over, it would have just been in my lap. I mean, it was right there. Like I would have assumed that we would have hit it because it looked
When
like
I
his
jerked it
head
really
was
hard,
over the
too.
windshield.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it again.
But the thing is you're not sure if the car turned before you did.
I'm pretty sure it started turning. Yes.
I bet you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think the car.
Yeah, I feel.
I mean,
I feel
that it made
pretty
that sound makes me think so.
Yeah, me too. And I believe it started turning when it started taking evasive action when it started beeping. And a part of that extra jerk is me grabbing the wheel. And a piece to that, I wish people, one of the funnest things or the best thing when people stop me all the time with my Tesla, it happened in Nashville last week. We're sitting in the parking lot. Ashley was like, I think she was changing her jacket or something like that. Somebody sees the car and they ask me, does it self-drive and everything like that? It happens all the time. I think it's because I got a red Tesla. But the thing I try to tell people is the car is fun to drive and it's very reactive. So like when I turn that wheel, I think in a regular car, I would have been worried because like it's going to tip and roll and everything. But Teslas are so like center of gravity is so low. Going 75 miles an hour and janking the wheel like that was no problem. I was never worried about like losing control of the car.
Yeah,
or
that
anything like
battery
that.
on the bottom really helps that.
It really, it's so fun to drive. I wish I could explain to everybody how fun that car is to drive.
Well, dude, I like watching police chases with Teslas because they can't pit them. It's
Right.
the funniest thing. They like knock them around and the car just restabilizes immediately.
Right. Yep. But yeah, so at some point I will get a FSD upgrade. But for now, it looks like old McQueen is sticking around for a while in my version FSD, and we'll just see what the FSD gods give me for an upgrade on our hardware 3. A little bit less horsepower AI driving capabilities get us here. So
I want to see what Craig's next car is going to be. I also like the idea that your next car is McQueen will stick around and maybe just be your robo taxi, just making money for you. If that new FSD 4 Lite ever,
if it does enough, yeah, right. I hope so. So that was the promise, people, and that's why people, literally a lot of people, I don't speak for everybody, were thinking like, yeah, this car's gonna, and that was the promise. It's gonna pay for itself, right? I'm just gonna tell it to go out and do Uber rides for me for free. So.
All right, Chris. We can't play it. Actually, I guess I could play it underneath while we talk. But you've got a story as we try to resurrect Actioncorp. Piece by piece. The most recent hunt you had that was awesome.
Yeah, so back in 2001 is when we started first doing Actioncorp, and we were doing it just live to DV camera, or we were actually, I think we were Firewire recording it on a Mac at the time. But anyway, the story is of the theme song. Now, you haven't heard that theme song yet, but it's basically this sound that we found. Now, Craig, I believe this is the story on that. So this was a DVD that you had gotten from the University of Evansville that I think they like just had like extras, or it was a spare or something, and they were just they didn't want it anymore. I thought about this a lot more. I am willing to bet that was a CD that was a part of a collection that was probably used at the radio station. Actioncorp TV. That's my feeling.
Very likely. Yep.
Yeah, because it's definitely of the kind of things that either a radio station or a production house would use. UE doesn't have a production house, so it's probably the radio station. So anyway, what it was a collection.
So Seth, you picked
jingles, basically. There were multiple discs in it that we remember, and you had this, and we're like, well, we can use this as your public domain songs. Let's try to find one that we thought would be a cool one to use, or maybe there was royalty free. I can't remember, but it was a collection of those, and they had different track lengths on them. There would be like a song, and there'd be like a 10-second version and a 30-second version and a minute-long version. You could use the one that best fit what you used. And so we looked at those CDs, and we found one that we liked, and we were like, this is great. And so we used that as our music to open our show every week. Well, not every week. Every time we did an episode, we had that music. And it would play, and it was and I had animation. I created a custom opening for it, which I'm working on a new one for this. But I was like, as I started to think about how we're going to do a new opening for this new version of Actioncorp, I wanted that music. But in the decade since we've done that, 2 decades since we did that, we've lost the CD. And we've hunted and searched online and cannot find this music. And so last week, and about almost 2 weeks ago at this point, I started hunting for this. How can I get this music 20 years ago? So that's the history of the track. This is the song. So this is like a royalty. So that's basically what it sounds like. So I started thinking, how can we find this? So we've all kind of done searches. I mean, Craig and I think, have done searches for this CD in our houses, haven't found it. I think one of us has, and we just can't find it.
Yep.
But I started thinking, okay, wait a minute. What do we have that has that music that I could at least rip it from? Now, you had some really low quality video on your YouTube channel, Craig. I could have ripped some of it from that, but that was pretty low quality. But then I remembered I had DVDs of our shows. When we had our last road trip, you said, well, we have like one DVD. And I think what you were thinking of, Craig, is that we had one like DVD with a case. But we had like 10, well, not 10, I'm sorry, like 8. We had 8 DVDs burned, whatever. And I looked at them, and like, you know, some of them have like 2 episodes on them. They all had DVD menus back from the day we had iDVD. Remember that? That was so awesome. So all the DVDs are like really cool. When you put them in, they like have music. Like some of them like have music from Sonic CD as like the menu music and stuff. And they have bonus materials where it's like outtakes and stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, so now I had the DVDs. I'm like, great. Now I can just pull the music from the opening of one of the episodes. And I was able to do that. But the problem is it's only like X number of seconds long, and we start to talk over the music, right? So it wasn't great. It was clear, but it wasn't great. And then I had this epiphany. I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. Back in the day, I had this big blue hard drive that we would record our shows onto from the iMac. And I remembered I had that hard drive still at my office at UE. And I was like, okay, great. So let me check and see if I can look in, if there's maybe a recording or something, or maybe assets on this hard drive. So I went to work, I grabbed this, but then I remembered this was a FireWire 400 drive. There's no way to plug a FireWire 400 drive into a modern computer. You just can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but it requires a bunch of steps.
There's not like a USB to FireWire 400 adapter or anything?
No. In fact, if you want to go to like USB or USB-C, you have to use 4 connectors. 400 to 800, 800 to mini DV, mini DV to USB-C.
Mini DV.
What's
Weird.
mini DV?
It's for some reason when you go from FireWire 800, you can't go directly to USB. You have to go through like mini DV or something. It's
Wasn't
called.
mini DV like a standard for camcorders?
Yeah, maybe mini DV is the wrong term. There was something like that though. It was something to do with like, it wasn't FireWire and it wasn't USB. It's like this some kind of connector. I don't have the video up to me. It's been like a week since I talked about it, but trust me, there were like 4 adapters you needed. I'm like, okay, crap, what am I going to do? But then I remembered I have a Mac Pro from 2010. It has a FireWire 800 port on it, or actually 2 of them. Now, okay, great. So I can go from FireWire 400 to 800. So I ordered a cable. On an aside, though, because I had to wait like 3 or 4 days for that cable to show up, I thought, well, here's another option. Why don't I take the hard drive out of that enclosure and just stick it into another enclosure with USB on it? And so I went ahead and I took apart that entire enclosure, only to realize, and I had forgotten this, that the drive is like SATA and all my enclosures are like IDE. So it wasn't going to work. So I took that whole drive apart and had to put it all the way back together again. Anyway, FireWire cable came. I plugged it into my Mac Pro from 2010, worked instantly, like showed up right away. I don't know what file system that thing has on. I know it's a Mac file system, but I don't know what version. But it just showed up. Boom, showed up right away.
Chris, would this not do it?
No, that's 400.
Isn't that what you had?
Wow, no, I didn't know that existed, actually. I didn't know that existed. I swore I searched for this. So that's from 400 to USB 2.0, I guess?
Yep.
Oh, man, I didn't know about that. Okay. Well, once I had thought about the 400 to 800, also, I don't know if it would have worked as well if I went right into my M1. It might have. I bet it would have worked. Because I think that even the current Mac OS could probably read the file system on that old hard drive.
I bet it
could,
you
having the old machine though was cooler anyway. I just didn't.
Yeah. Right. If I had known this cable existed, I would have bought this, but I just bought a 400 to 800 and that worked. Anyway,
cool.
So you plug it in. What do you
I
see?
plug it in. I see stuff on there, but what's on there isn't what I'm expecting. There isn't any archives of our old shows. There isn't any, like, technically there isn't like show material on there. It was like a backup of my computer from work from, like, I don't know, 2012 or something. But at the time, my computer at work had a folder on it called personal. And inside that personal folder was a folder called Actioncorp. And I looked in that folder and I found the track that Seth played. I found an MP3 file called Talk the Walk 2. And Talk the Walk 2 is that song. Now, it's one of them. It's the minute-long version. And then the last bit of my story is that, okay, so I started searching for that. Now that I had at least the name of the track, I'm like, okay, let me search for Talk the Walk. And I put it on, like, what's a Shazam or whatever it's called, those things that detect your music.
Yeah,
I tried that, and I tried, like, searching for any CDs, like, on the CD database that has a title or a track on it, on the track listing for Talk the Walk. I got CDs back that had tracks called Talk the Walk, but they weren't this. They were like rap songs and other things like that. Couldn't find the CD, and which makes perfect sense. Again, I don't think this CD was sold commercially, like, to, like, end people. I think it was some, like, a special order thing that only a production house or a radio station would use. So we still haven't found the CD. We still haven't identified it. However, in the metadata for the Talk the Walk 2, I looked at that and I thought, oh, maybe it has the album name in the metadata. It didn't, because when I imported that track into iTunes back in 2000, whatever, I named the album Actioncorp. And
yeah, this has album art when I downloaded it to play it. So
as
you
album
would
art
create
that I
a new
put in there.
metadata
So
for it.
we've lost the album and we're still looking for it, and we can't find the CD because I want the 30-second version. I want the 10-second version, but at least we finally have the Actioncorp theme song. Finally.
It's awesome. Good hunting.
So did I hear the other day you were talking about, did you find some of the assets for the intro you had so you could remake it?
Yes. So that was the other thing that was in that folder on Actioncorp on that backup computer hard drive. I found the original FLA files, which were the Flash animation files. And then I also found a QuickTime MOV that was, I guess, a conversion of that Flash into MOV. But here's the thing. I have not been able to get those files to open on anything. I tried using VLC. I tried using some older other media player apps like FFmpeg, and I even tried using online apps or long websites that are supposed to convert FLA to other formats. Couldn't find it. This is the opening that we're trying to do, and I just can't get these files to work. I don't know if the files are corrupted or if we literally have to load, like, a Mac operating system and a copy of Macromedia Flash from 2010 to get these to work. I don't know. The good news, though, is that because we have video of this, I'm able to just recreate it by hand. I can just eyeball it, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm creating an HD version of that opening.
Whoa!
And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oops.
So I do have the files, but I can't really use them. Although it did have the ping files for those images you saw there. I did have those. So.
Wait,
at like 640 by 480 or something.
There's a Rob the Robot in that shot.
Yeah,
and Craig's eyesight.
Yeah, my eyesight. Those are all three mine. I had all three of those. Yeah.
You had the third Rob the Robot? Why would you have that?
I found it at Goodwill. It's broke. Yeah. Yeah, all three of those I still have. So that was, and you've got one that works. That you got an amazing deal on. That was
crazy. My gosh. Yep. That's the next thing we need to document is one of our geek shopping trips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd make a good segment.
Yeah, well, maybe this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, what I was gonna ask was, so you made that with Macromedia, that intro. What'd you make that with?
Flash.
Okay, so that was the same Flash you did for like the lower thirds and everything too, right? So that was the coolest thing ever. I just wanted to document that out loud, that we were early on doing this show. We had this idea of getting a little chroma keyer box.
Well, right there, you can see we're using it. Oh wait, no, wait. Was this an edited
video
or is this live?
There it is. Look at that.
But wait, no, this was a live video. This was an edited video though, right?
No, we did those.
Oh, you think Craig hot switched these?
Yes.
Not this one, I don't think. I think this was one we edited in post. What episode is 21? 21, we edited this in post. You'd have to go back to like episode 18 or earlier to find one that we switched live.
But the ones we switched live looked almost like that. They were animated.
I'm telling you, I know this for a fact, Craig. That episode was edited in Final Cut Pro because episode 20 was also edited in Final Cut Pro.
I'll find one.
Yeah, find
if you
one
go back to like
ones.
an earlier one.
Here's episode 9.
Just trust me on this, Craig. I know this is true. I added those graphics after the fact. Now this one will be real time.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
yeah, go ahead.
I understand that you did that, but I'm saying like we
look
still
at Sean.
very...
That's my Sansui back there.
Yes, but scrub through it real quick. See if you see a lower third here.
Oh, that's what I was waiting for, a tight shot
now for sure.
Whoa, why is everybody off center?
Well, because we're gonna probably put graphics in the corner or something. Here we go, like that.
Yeah, that was live, right?
Yeah. This might have been the episode, Craig. I don't think it is, but this might have been the one where we used the video toaster. I can't remember if we did.
No,
we did do that on one of the episodes.
Yeah, but this is all the.
This looks like Flash animation running through your Genlock thing.
Yeah, yeah. But we had really cool lower thirds that looked like the edited version you were just talking about. Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Not doing.
We could probably go through every show and just talk about some.
Yeah,
of these
episode 9
is
not showing it.
Look at the little Windows logo. That's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me go back.
But that was really cool that the Flash that we did that tech, and that was such a homebrew type of thing that we just found this little Genlock thing and had a computer, and Chris would make just a Flash full page browser that was like black with just those graphics on it. And
even that picture there that when you did that screenshot, that was in the Flash thing too.
Right. Yes. I just reminded me of that.
That we didn't recenter the camera.
There was nobody working the camera.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I think we made the decision was like, yeah, we don't care if it's off. The graphics were cooler.
I do wonder though, in that episode, Seth, what do you think you're doing? Are you just watching?
I don't know that I'm not running the well, obviously I'm not doing a good job if I am doing it. I might be. We did a lot of like running because we shot this in the garage, right?
No,
Craig, this was in your garage
downstairs, right?
I think it's downstairs.
Downstairs? Where downstairs?
In the basement. Yeah, the basement. I don't think this is the garage. Because we did have that green blanket hanging up in the downstairs.
Okay, because a lot of times whoever wasn't on camera was like running back and forth to Craig, switching it somewhere else.
Yeah. I just love those graphics. That was just so cool.
The fact that we were doing that live, all those episodes were just recorded directly, like in real time, switched in real time.
Why was 21 not?
20 and 21 is when we decided we wanted to up our production value, so we decided to edit them in post. So we recorded the segments on our Actioncorp set, but then it was just footage we would edit after the fact.
We got to go through those. That's awesome.
20 is the one I think that we submitted to public or to cable access.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons we did it too. Yeah, we were trying to be cool for public access television.
We're talking Super Metroid here. Not Super Metroid. We're talking Metroid Prime on the GameCube.
Now, I don't know how we did this with the videos. I don't know how that worked.
But the big old IGN logo on the bottom left.
Like we must have had a second computer.
Web videos. Yeah, I just had a computer that played media. Yep.
And keep in mind, this is I guess YouTube was a thing. I don't even know.
No, this was before YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we would have downloaded that video from like IGN's website and just played it on a computer, I guess.
Yep.
All right, that's the end of my story. The Actioncorp theme song is found, and look forward to a new opening coming soon.
I say we play some trivia. We've been talking a lot here.
Now, Seth, we skipped over a topic. Did you not want to talk about that?
Oh, we can save it. We've got plenty. I could talk for another 20 minutes on this. We'll save this for the next episode.
I'll talk about the next show.
This is their tease. We're going to talk about this on the next stream.
Next Actioncorp.
Finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah. I do want to hear about that. So
Okay, so let's hit trivia. Chris, explain what we're seeing, how we're going to play differently than last week.
Okay, so this week I'm going to host the trivia, and I wanted to come up with a topic that I think both Craig and Seth could potentially compete at. And so they both used to work at a computer store in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I thought, okay, there we go. Technology from late 90s, early 2000s, computers, that kind of thing.
And I'm going to get spanked.
We'll see.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't know. All right, this is going to be 3 rounds. In the first round, we are going to do back and forths for 20 questions. So it'll be 10 questions each. Each correct answer will be worth 10 points. Each incorrect answer will be negative 10 points. Also, there won't be negative points. If you get 0, you're just at 0.
Okay.
But however, if you cannot answer the question, you can lose 10 points, but then the other player does have an opportunity to steal for the same potential 10 points or loss of 10 points. That's the first round. Second round will be buzz in, and I'll talk more about the rules on that when we get to it. And then round 3 will be a sort of final Jeopardy round.
Cool.
Right. Is everybody
Cool.
ready?
We're ready.
I am ready.
No buzzers for this
Okay,
one. We're
so-
just taking turns.
Yeah, you're just gonna.
Exactly. Craig, I flipped a coin earlier, and he won, so he got to choose who went first. So Seth, you are going to go first.
Okay.
So here comes the first question. Seth,
Yes.
which file sharing service launched in 1999 was shut down after legal battles with the music industry?
I like Napster. I did it.
Correct.
Oh, you
Nice.
even had.
Right.
I just see.
Yeah,
I see now.
Could have been Trick
on my-
LimeWire or something.
Yeah, or Kazaa.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Some of these
I like
might
these.
be harder than you think, but I'm okay. We're starting out with the easier questions. So
Why are you showing the wrong answers after? That doesn't matter.
there's no way to avoid it. That's why.
Okay,
I guess
The
I don't
AI
have to in this
coding.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. Craig, here's your question. Which operating system was released by Microsoft in 2001 and became one of its most popular ever?
Windows XP. Duh.
Correct.
Still the most best one ever.
Really? Okay.
Nah,
I think
Windows
so.
7, I think is still. I think a lot of people like Windows 7.
but that's boring. XP
Not for
had some
gamers.
style.
For gamers,
that's
Windows
true.
7
That's
is where
true.
it's at.
You're right. Good point.
Okay, Seth, next
Yes.
question. What does ICQ stand for?
I always thought it was just a play on the phrase "I seek you," but I would say internet chat. Oh, internet chat. Query. That's all right.
Is that your answer?
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't want to stall out. Oh, I lost my 10.
It was ICQ. You had it right. You should have gone with your gut.
But that's not what it stands for. That's what it refers to.
That's what
Challenge.
those letters stand
Challenge.
Yeah, that question's kind of tricky, right?
Yeah.
What
It
does
doesn't.
stand for?
If it stood for it, it would be a phrase that is I and
for.
then the
I
letters.
didn't say it was an abbreviation. I said, what does it stand for?
That's what an abbreviation. That's boo.
I said it's not. I didn't say it was an abbreviation.
No, but that's the implication of stand for.
He's the judge and the game master. He decides it's okay. And plus, it's you lost, so I don't care. Go ahead.
Right.
Bring it.
I'm used to this. I've got last week's also. Just crap.
Get shamboozled already. All right.
Mhm.
All right, Craig, next question. Which internet phone service allowed free PC to PC calls starting in 2003?
Skype.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Skype.
Correct. Here's some other ones.
TeamSpeak. That's not TeamSpeak isn't that old, is it?
It's pretty old. All right, Seth,
Yeah.
Which company made the Voodoo graphics cards popular with gamers in the late 90s?
3DFX.
Correct.
I would have got that one wrong. I couldn't remember that. It's 3D. I was going to say 3DO or something.
I can still remember the box art of my first 3DFX card. It was
Oh,
like
I
an
can too.
eyeball.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig. Which early blogging platform launched in 1999 and was later bought by Google?
Oh, man. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay. Answer is Blogger. Okay, it's a tie.
Go figure. I
Seth,
never used Blogger.
Yo,
which programming language was created by Sun Microsystems and released in 1995?
yeah, but see, this is Craig. You can't throw a fit now because this is. I told you I was going to know. Java.
Yeah.
Correct.
I cannot believe I got that right.
This is what I'm thinking. I think you're smarter than you think you are on this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig, your question is, which website was famous for flash animations and games in the early 2000s? Seth knows this.
What? Read that again.
What's the name of, I'll say it slightly differently. What's the name of the website that was famous for flash animations and games in the early 2000s?
I have no idea. I know the flash animations and
Yeah.
games. Those are two different things.
Not necessarily. You can make games in Flash.
Flash was real weird.
Like a Macromedia site or something?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because it's wrong. But yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right.
What
Newgrounds.
is it? I don't remember that at all. What was
Really?
What, no. What is Newgrounds?
Oh, that's where I mean a lot of it was almost like a pre-YouTube, not only
Yeah.
for animation stuff, but it was a place where people would dump their like skits and flash animations, and you could play all. Remember how we had Actioncorp Arcade?
Yes.
We kind of modeled it after Newgrounds.
Okay. I do not remember that at all. Okay, good. Learned something new.
All right, Seth, next question.
Okay.
Which company developed the BlackBerry smartphone?
God, I would have just assumed it was BlackBerry.
Another one I know. Dear Lord.
I know we got them
apparently
flip-flopped
I-
or something.
I flipped the coin correctly, apparently.
Right.
Xerox.
Begins with the R.
Yes. The answer is RIM.
Oh, I
Research
did
in
not.
motion.
You could have given me 100
Craig.
guesses.
You gave away my okay. That was going to be my bonus question, but you've given it away, so we won't do that.
I didn't know there was going to be bonus questions.
That's
You
fine.
didn't
That's
either.
all right. But I prefer. I like that you knew the answer. What did
Yeah.
you say the answer was, Craig?
Research in motion.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, that would have been. I'm not going to give you points for that, but that's.
So
that's
then
right.
did they just spin BlackBerry off into its own thing?
No, it was always RIM.
It was always
Until
RIM? A
yeah.
RIM BlackBerry? Okay.
They just kind of, that was like the back end company. They just dropped the name because BlackBerry was so popular as a trademark.
Okay, Craig. Next question. Oh gosh, which protocol is used for sending email?
SMTP. Yay. Go nerds.
Do you guys like seeing the multiple choice afterwards?
I don't
Yeah, I
see it.
do.
You paying attention to that or not? I'm curious.
I haven't been. I mean, I can see it when it pops up, but They're kind of funny.
Fair enough. Okay, Seth, here's your question.
Okay.
Which search engine was known for its butler mascot?
Ask Jeeves.
The Jeeves.
Correct.
Lycos. Alta
Lycos.
Vista. Is Alta Vista one of them? I can't see the whole thing. Yeah, it is good.
I do see Alta Vista. I don't remember
Yeah.
Dogpile.
I remember Dogpile. Yeah. I never used it, but I remember it.
Craig, what storage medium from iOmega could store 1 to 2 gigabytes of data?
Oh, Fudge Ruckers. It's gosh. They were brown. I remember that. The drives were brown.
Don't forget this in this round. If you don't know the answer, Craig, and you give up, Seth does have an opportunity to steal, but you do risk losing points if you get it wrong.
Wait, so I didn't get points for stealing Newgrounds. I didn't know we could steal.
I kind of forgot until this point. I'm sorry.
You've been
Seth.
popping
Yeah,
up
I
the
forgot too.
answers.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that rule. Sorry, but it's here now, and you
yeah,
seem
we got it
confident.
now. We'll go for it. Yeah.
What's your answer, Craig?
God, I wish we had multiple choice.
You're not getting multiple choice in this round.
I'm not going to guess. I'm going to be
You're not
so
gonna
mad when I
guess?
see it.
So
No,
you
I'm
don't
not gonna
know.
guess.
Okay,
See if Seth remembers.
Seth, are you going to steal?
No,
Dang it.
Okay.
What is it?
I got a hard block on this one. It's going to make me real mad when I see it.
Jazz
Jazz Drive.
Jazz.
Yeah. I was hoping that one would just somebody would be too quick to respond on that one and say zip, but you guys were too smart
No,
for that.
you-
Zip was
I
only
was-
100.
Yeah, we all
megs.
know it was 100.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Good call. Good call. You
Yeah.
were too smart.
Or Zip 250s. Remember them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of forgot about that actually.
Yep.
Okay, Seth's in the
Jazz
lead,
Drive.
20-0 right now. Seth, this is the next question for you.
How is this
I
possible?
went
going
to
to-
0.
Yeah, you have 0. Yes.
Get
Well,
on
I
the
was
board.
ahead.
Well, you just lost 10 points, Craig. So you're at 0.
I didn't guess.
If you fail to guess, you get 0.
So why wouldn't I always guess?
Exactly.
Oh, I thought
You should
I thought I
always
could not-
guess.
Oh, I thought you said that he could steal. If
He
I
can
don't
steal,
guess.
but if you can still guess and try to get your points, but whether you get it right or wrong, if you get it wrong regardless, or if you don't answer, that's negative 10 points.
Okay.
Yeah. The stealing is just an addition if the other player wants to take a risk. That's all. All right. Now I've been talking for so long, I forget whose turn it is.
Me. He
Okay,
just had.
thank you.
He
All
just
right,
had.
Seth, here's your question.
Zip.
Which video codec was widely used for pirated movies in the early 2000s?
MPEG 2.
The correct answer is DivX.
I call shenanigans on that one. That's not. I
I
wouldn't
don't-
call that popular.
DivX was hugely popular. Yeah, I don't agree with
Versus
you on that.
MPEG?
Yeah, for sharing movies online in the early 2000s. Remember, this is about the 2000s. DivX was hugely popular back then.
Okay.
We've got two challenges to we got an appeals court later.
All right. Craig, your next question is this. Also, I vetted these questions against 2 AIs and they both agreed. So just Mr.
Okay.
AI man.
All right.
Which search engine was famous for indexing its web faster than its competitors in 1995? This is a tough one.
Yeah.
So think about search engines from 1995.
Indexing.
Yeah, it was it was famous actually for being faster than any other search engine at indexing sites.
More famous than DivX.
I don't
Oh,
know.
more famous than Google was, so I'm not answering it, but Google was famous for indexing versus having a directory, right? Yahoo had a directory. But I just because I got nothing to lose, I think Alta Vista. All right.
Nice.
Good job.
I lucked out there.
That's correct. There actually was a whole thing called the Alta Vista effect, where websites were actually, some websites would be like partially taken down by its bots that were like crawling its site aggressively. And it also led to Alta Vista having a reputation for having a bunch of results, but the quality was very poor.
Oh, that's true. 'Cause Google came in and they were doing that, but then they did the
Correct.
page ranking system.
Right.
Right.
Google's what revolutionized and took over after that. So
Yeah.
because their ranks were better.
That's a good question. All right.
All right. Seth,
Yo.
which company developed the Flash animation platform widely used on websites?
My eyes are rolling so hard.
Macromedia.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have mentioned that earlier,
I
but it came
think
up.
I think Craig mentioned it real early when he was trying to think of Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Craig, after Napster was shut down, which early peer-to-peer network is considered to be its immediate successor in popularity?
We just talked about this, LimeWire.
Actually, it was Kazaa. Again, I vetted this. They said that Kazaa was more popular than LimeWire.
That could have been true. Right.
I never
immediately
used
after.
LimeWire, but I did use Kazaa.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Okay. Yeah, I used a lot of LimeWire, so yeah, that was maybe a bias I had.
It's a
Then.
good idea or good guess.
Yeah.
Seth,
Yo.
what was the code name for Windows XP during its development?
Longhorn. Oh.
What?
Good guess, but no, it was Whistler. Longhorn was a different operating system.
Was that 2000?
Possibly, yeah. I think Chicago was 95.
Yeah, Chicago was definitely 95. Yeah,
And I think
I have the
Longhorn
floppy
was
disk.
Windows 2000. Yeah.
Okay.
Good guess, though. You got one of them. Craig, which early voice communication software became popular among gamers before Discord and Skype?
I want to lodge my intent to steal.
Yeah,
Noted.
Yeah,
Noted.
I want to make a guess, but I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue.
You should make a guess. You have 0 points. You have nothing to lose.
Well, I didn't play games, so I don't remember. It would have been you guys talking about it. It was I can't think of anything.
Seth?
Give up.
I vote TeamSpeak.
Correct. It was TeamSpeak.
I thought TeamSpeak was newer than all that stuff. So, okay.
That's Microsoft Teams.
Oh, it sucks.
Okay, Seth, this is your final answer in this round, or final question in this round.
Okay.
Which company developed the Sound Blaster series of sound cards?
Will we be nitpicky on if I say creative, do you need more?
I need more.
Creative Labs.
Correct. Yeah.
Getting the easy ones.
Well, again, it's random, somewhat random. This is your final question for this round, Craig. Oh, God. How did it work out this way? Which console introduced the Emotion Engine CPU?
PlayStation 3.
No, incorrect. Seth, you gonna steal?
But it's a PlayStation. Is it 2?
What's going on? How many guesses do you want?
Well,
I'm trying to steal here.
You get to say whatever. I'm just trying to.
PS2.
It's Seth's chance to steal. You gave it.
Yeah, what is it?
PS2.
Correct. Okay, so that is round 1. Seth at 40 points, Craig at 0. Seth, you really underestimated your knowledge here. Let's continue on to the
That's
next
true.
round. Okay, so this round's going to be different. This will be a buzz-in round.
Okay.
And the way it will work is this. Correct answers will be worth 20 points. Incorrect answers will be negative 20 points. However, if you buzz in and you can't give, and you're not certain on the answer for whatever reason, you can opt for multiple choice. If you get the multiple choice correctly, you will get 10 points. So reduced points. However, the risk is if you ask for the multiple choice and you get that wrong, you lose 30 points.
Craig, go bananas. You've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe that no negative points was a bad idea. We'll learn that here soon.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So here comes the first question.
Okay. Hands on buzzers.
Which early web analytics company popularized the page counter widget in the late 90s? Good luck.
Good luck. You put these questions together.
Yeah, they're getting harder now because multiple choice is an option.
I can't remember.
Okay. You don't have to buzz in. Seth, are you going to buzz in?
I'm not buzzing.
Okay. So no one's going to get points on that round. The answer is Nedstat.
Oh, that'd be, you give me 100 guesses.
Yeah, I would never. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the super negative points is gonna deter from us trying to guess. So we're not gonna do multiple choice very often.
What if it was negative 10 points?
Yeah, right. I think it should be that, right? Just give us a
Okay. You
chance
could lose 10 points if you do choose the multiple choice and get it wrong. How about that? Does that seem fair?
Well, keep going. That's fine. I'm just thinking
Don't change
okay.
anything yet. Let's see.
Don't
Let's
change
see how
anything
this
yet.
works.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Maybe the questions will get better. Okay. All right, here comes the next question.
Okay.
What operating system was the original Xbox development kit most closely based on? Craig buzzed in.
Shit.
There's no
You
steals
got
in
nothing
this
to
round,
lose.
Craig.
Go.
I'm gonna take multiple choice.
Okay, here's your multiple choice. Windows 95, Windows 2000, 98, or CE?
2000 B.
Don't say anything yet. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if I get a chance to steal.
Well,
you
no,
don't
when I
wanna-
clicked in for some
No
reason,
steals
I
in
wanted
this
to say
round, Seth.
Windows CE. So
There's no
I'm
steal.
gonna
Okay,
click.
got it.
No steals in this round.
Got it.
Okay. So you got
10 points.
10 points. Sorry. Yeah, you get 10 points. Sorry. There you go. Thank you. Okay, keep me on my toes on this. It's my first
All right.
time doing this.
Right.
Okay,
It's
next
hard.
question. Hands on buzzers. Which company made the K6 processor line before Athlon? Craig buzzed in.
AMD.
Correct.
Cyrex.
Now, I will. When I revealed the answer that time, it didn't play a sound. That's just a glitch with the system. So just FYI.
Okay.
Okay. Hands on buzzers. Which graphics card first introduced transform
buzz.
and light? You have to buzz in.
I
grayed
can't
out.
buzz. It's grayed out. You didn't hit something.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Which graphics card first introduced transform and lighting (TNL) hardware acceleration? And again, you do have the option if you want to risk a multi-choice. You don't think you can get it. Craig buzzed. Are you going to guess or take the multiple choice?
Take the multiple choice. So I think I know what it is.
The choices are ATI Rage 128, GeForce 256, Voodoo 3, or Matrox G400.
Voodoo 3 was going to be my guess.
Incorrect.
Ah.
Are you going to lose 30 points from that or 10? Have we decided?
I don't really care. I'm
30.
going to lose anyway.
All of it. Zero them out.
You're out, Duddy. You took the risk, and this is the cost.
It doesn't go negative? I thought it goes
No, it
negative.
doesn't go negative. Well, you wouldn't have anyway that time. You were at 30. So.
Oh, okay.
So now, okay. Yeah, we've got to figure something out because Craig has no reason to not just buzz in on everything now because he can't.
Yeah,
get
if I don't
worse.
go negative, yeah.
Well, we can start doing negative from this point if you want it, Craig. We can change the rules if that's what you want to do, or you can protect yourself.
Oh, you mean I would have been negative earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You should have done that. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll do it going forward here.
What's funnier, right?
You okay with that,
So-
Seth?
Yes.
Negative core? All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
fine.
Well, we're learning. Okay. Next question, hands-on buzzers.
Okay.
Which company released the first consumer USB flash drive in 2000? Craig buzzed in.
Ooh.
I could get this wrong, but I'm going to say SanDisk.
Incorrect. It was Trek 2000.
Oh, man.
That was a trick
No
question.
knowledge.
That wasn't fair.
What do you
knew
mean? That's
nobody
the-
was going to know
That's the
that one.
fact. It's not a trick.
Yeah, but neither one of us would. Seth would have said, "Oh yeah, it's Trek 2000."
I told you these questions would be harder.
Okay.
He
Okay.
did.
Yes.
Although, I
Next
don't
question,
know.
hands-on buzzers.
Yeah.
Which company owned the OpenOffice.org suite before Oracle did? Seth's backing away.
It was
You
an
wanna
open
risk it?
source project. I didn't think a company owned it. Gosh, I want to guess, but I can't guess without her.
Don't forget, you have to buzz in to guess. So
I know, but I have a guess, but I'm not going to lose my.
Do it.
nobody's
Do
gonna-
it.
Nobody's buzzing in. Okay. All right. Nobody's buzzing in. Here's the answer.
Don't say Novell.
Sun
Sun.
Microsystems.
Oh, that sounds right.
All right. Let's continue. No points lost there. Which early internet portal
Can't
purchased?
buzz.
Oh, dang it. Why is that? Sorry, I forget you have to click this display question thing. Which early internet portal purchased GeoCities in 1999? Craig buzzed.
I'm just going for it. Yahoo, right?
Yay.
Hey.
All right. I won't forget to click the button this time. Okay. Next question. Which CPU instruction set extension was introduced with the Pentium 3? Craig buzzed in.
MMX.
Incorrect.
Oh,
It was SSE. I'm not gonna-
Boo. I thought there'd
It
be
was.
some mainstream questions in here. That was a very
Well,
techie
see, I was
question.
debating whether to make these harder questions in the first round and the easier ones in the second, but I don't know.
Oh no, you're fine. I just
Okay.
think like that's
Anyway.
like that's a tough one.
All right, next question. Which early multiplayer game popularized but wasn't the first to use battle.net? Seth buzzed in.
Warcraft 2. Oh,
Incorrect. It was actually StarCraft.
Hmm.
Okay, next one. Which company is
Christ.
credited with releasing the first DVD-ROM equipped computer in 1996? Craig buzzed. Are you going to answer or take multiple choice?
Because it's going to be on whatever the multiple choice is. Apple.
You're going to take Apple?
Yes.
get out of here.
Fujitsu.
They make computers.
They sure did. It was a Japanese released computer, actually. All right. Next question. This is, I'm sorry, this one's kind of hard. Which early blogging service used the movable type engine released in 2001?
Which what?
Which early blogging service used the movable type engine? Craig buzzed in.
WordPress.
WordPress was around in 2001.
It was before that, actually, but that's the thing. It could have been like something older, but it started in 2001.
The answer is 6 apart. And don't forget, you do have the multiple choices if you get stuck. That's why I did the harder ones in this round. People can take multiple choice.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. All right, here's the next question. Which programming language did Microsoft introduce in 2002 with .NET?
That's not a fair question.
Dude, I got,
Why?
what does ICQ stand for? And then I just got a phrase that wasn't even what it stood for.
Craig buzzed in.
Well, because
Again, you do have the multiple choice. If you're uncertain, you can take.
Well, go ahead and show it to me because it's going to have Visual Basic on there. It's going to have C. Go ahead and show me multiple choice. So, C# and Visual Basic were both .NET things. I'm going to say A just because I think that's what the question is wanting to more than A. Yeah.
Hey.
But there was a Visual Basic .NET too, so I don't get that. Okay.
Okay, just a few more questions to go. Which early portable music device preceded the iPod and gained popularity in 1998? Craig buzzes.
Rio.
You know what? You're so down. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I was going to ask for a more specific answer, but that's fine. The correct answer is the Rio PMP 300.
Seth, do you remember the PMP 300?
If you look at a picture of the PMP 300 right now, I think you'd recognize it.
Yeah, but nobody called it the PMP 300. They called it the Rio.
That's right. That's why I'm giving you the points.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, you got to make some calls there. That's like a, yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm not totally evil. Okay. Hands on buzzers. Which early web browser first used the Gecko rendering engine? Craig buzzed.
Firefox?
Oh.
No. Netscape.
Would you have taken Netscape or would it have needed to have been 6?
I would have accepted Netscape.
Because I was going to say Netscape, and then I was like, after the PMP 300, I'd be like, nah, Netscape 3.2.8.
No, I gave it to Craig. He wasn't specific. It would have worked for you, Seth. I'll be lenient. I'll be lenient if you get close.
All right.
All right. We've got 5 more questions. Which company created the BOS operating system?
Oh, that was a mistake. I'm going to need the options. I didn't mean to buzz. I just bumped the button.
Okay. Here are the multiple choice. Sun, IBM, B Inc., or SGI?
IBM.
I couldn't hear you. Craig was laughing.
IBM.
No, it was B.
Yeah, it's B.
I thought that was too stupid to have been it.
Okay.
Well, I thought that was it, but I was like, well, that's too easy of a question with these weird.
That's what I was thinking.
I knew it was B though.
I put this in here specifically for that reason, so it worked.
Yeah,
very
right. Good.
Next question. Which early instant messaging client allowed multi-network chat integration in the early 2000s, meaning that it could talk to more than one chat service?
What was that? Oh,
fudge.
Craig buzzed.
What multiple choice?
Here are the multiple choice answers. MSN Messenger, Trillian, ICQ, or Pigeon?
Ooh. Well, it's B or D. I think it Pigeon. D.
It was Trillian.
Okay.
All right, 37. Maybe I made this too hard. Okay. Which company produced the Track Point, a red nub pointing device? Craig buzzed in.
This is a trick question.
There have been several.
Well, I'm gonna answer it. IBM.
No. Let me reread the question. Which company produced the Track Point red nub pointing device?
I know. I'm gonna say IBM, but if it's Lenovo, that's like IBM. Lenovo bought IBM stuff, but the ThinkPads had the red nub pointing device.
Yeah, you don't. There's no steals in this round, Seth.
I'm not stealing. I just wanted to ask how many answers Craig gets.
It's IBM is the answer. Yeah, but I was gonna be mad if it was a Lenovo. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
fair enough.
Okay.
All right. 3 more questions. Here we go. What is the abbreviation for the early Linux package format used by Red Hat-based distributions? Craig buzzed in.
RPM. Seth, it was on the tip of your tongue, right? John would be proud of me for that one. So he was my Linux guy. So
all right. Which early web tech? Oh, sorry. Gotta push that button. Which early web technology allowed browser-based 3D before WebGL?
Oh.
Browser-based 3D. Again, this is in the 2000s. Craig buzzed.
Multiple choice.
HTML5 Canvas, DirectX Web, VRML, or OpenXR?
Wow. VRML.
Correct.
Yay.
I actually tried messing around with VRML back in the day. All right, this could be the last question, although I have technically 5 more after this, but we can stop here.
Let's play. I'd say we play them out.
Okay, we'll play them out. Hands on buzzers. Which early open source database became widely used in LAMP stacks? Craig buzzed.
Linux, PHP, MySQL.
Correct.
I was spelling out LAMP there. So yep.
Yep. All right, next question. What company created the Real Player streaming media software? Seth buzzed.
Multiple choice.
Adobe, Real Networks, Macromedia, or StreamSource?
B. Real Networks.
Correct.
Nice.
You both have points on the board now.
All right.
Which early 2000s laptop CPU from Intel was designed specifically for the mobile computing and part of the Centrino platform?
Why not?
Craig buzzed.
Give me a multiple choice.
Pentium 3M, Pentium M, Celeron M, or Pentium 4M?
Early 2000s. That's a big time frame.
I'd be really surprised if you could remember what the Centrino platform is.
No, I don't. It's either Celeron M or Pentium M. I don't really remember a Celeron M, so I would say Pentium M. B.
Correct.
Hooray.
Good way to play the game. All right. Actually, I have 49 questions, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Okay.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. 7 more. Which file sharing network used the Fast Track protocol, later powering Kazaa?
I don't know. I don't even know what
I'm not guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The answer is Grokster.
Yeah. Glad I skipped
Fair
one
enough.
for once.
Yeah. Okay. Which company created the OpenGL graphics API originally used in high-end workstations? Craig buzzed.
Let's do the multiple choice.
Microsoft, Silicon Graphics, NVIDIA, or Sun Microsystems?
It's SGI, right?
Is that your answer?
Yes. Okay.
Correct. Which company created the Eudora email client popular before webmail dominance? Who created Eudora?
Give me the multiple choice. I think it's Netscape, but give me the multiple choice.
Netscape, Microsoft, Mozilla, or Qualcomm?
Ooh, shit. It could be Netscape or Mozilla. I'll stick with my gut. I thought it was Netscape. A. It's B or C, right? Qualcomm.
Qualcomm. Took the risk, lost the points. You're down to 0.
Goose egg.
Which modem standard allowed 56K dial-up speeds in the late 1990s? Craig buzzed.
V90.
He got his points back.
And nobody messed modem shit with me. I got that shit.
Look at the other answers.
Well, a couple of them, I don't know what V22 BIS is.
What's
Yeah,
BIS?
I've heard of that. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, V90.
Okay. Which multiplayer networking protocol allowed many DOS games like Doom to run over LAN before TCP/IP support became common? Seth buzzed.
Multiple choice.
Was it NetBUI, IPX, SPX, AppleTalk, or Token Ring?
Oh, you got this.
I like NetBUI.
No.
You're going with NetBUI?
Yeah. Although Craig has already told me I'm wrong, so I'm going to change it to B, IPX. I can't. I know. I'm just being silly.
No, you can change.
All
You wanna
right.
change?
Craig blew it.
You shouldn't have said anything, Craig.
Craig.
I don't care. I just want to. I want to be right. I don't care because I buzzed in. He beat me to it. So that's
Okay.
yeah. The buzzer worked. I didn't click fast enough.
Until you say final answer, I'm not going to accept your answer. Okay.
All right.
No,
I'm going to
that's
Craig
the way
to
it
keep
should work.
mumbling to himself.
Right.
All right, next question. Which game engine powered Quake 3 Arena and many LAN tournaments around 1999? Seth buzzed in.
Give me my multiple choice.
Multiple
Playing real
choice
conservative.
for 10 points.
IdTech 3 is a choice. Okay.
Unreal Engine, IdTech 3, Source Engine, or LithTech powered Quake 3 Arena.
I like Unreal Engine.
C, right?
Source B. It's it. Yeah. It was A or B.
B.
Source is Valve's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't remember when Unreal came out because Unreal and Quake were.
So we're at the last question here, and Craig, you're suddenly in the lead by 10 points.
All right.
There we go. Final question. Which processor introduced Intel's hyper-threading technology? Seth buzzed.
Multiple choice.
Was it Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Pentium Pro, or Pentium 4?
Pentium 2. Whoa.
It's Pentium 3, right?
It was Pentium 4.
Oh.
You lose 30 points for taking the multiple choice and
I know.
and
Oh, I'm not complaining. I just like watching it go blah, 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 blah.
Okay. I thought you were saying I was doing it wrong. Okay.
No. I just figured.
All right. I don't know how this is going to work. We have one final round. You can wager your points, but because we have negative points, I don't know how this works. So
I just keep going negative, right?
I guess, yeah, technically. You could come out. Well, there's no way for Seth to win now. That's the problem. Unless
okay
you
with that.
wager, unless you both wager, no, there's no way to win. There's no way he can win because even if he wagered all of his points, he would only get 0 points at the end. And you would have even if you wagered all your points, you and lost, you would have 0 points.
So we're gonna have to
there's no
work
way for
this
Seth
out
to
for
lose
next
here.
Final Jeopardy if people can get DQ'd before we get to it.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Okay, well, anyway, do we want to just do the Final Jeopardy question?
Let's
then?
for all the marbles.
For all the marbles. All right. Here we go. We'll see what happens.
Wait, is
here.
this buzz in or what is this?
Oh, shoot. Dang it. Never mind. We can't do the Final Jeopardy because the final question was supposed to be the Final Jeopardy. It was supposed to be this one. And I used up all my questions. I forgot about that. So there's no Final
Well, that solves
Jeopardy.
that. I win. Hooray!
Yeah, so sorry, forget about that. The winner is Craig. He wins with 20 points. Seth, -20.
Good game, good game.
I don't know. I feel like something's not right about our point system there. It shouldn't have been so crazy.
Well, we're kind of it's a little extra complicated. And like I think it could just be simpler and flatter, right?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Now that we've done that, which do you guys prefer? Multiple choice every time, or do you like the having to guess? Off the
I
top
like
of
the
your
having
head?
to guess.
I like
kinda
the guess too.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
maybe we just need to remove multiple choice as a thing altogether.
No, I think the option to take multiple choice, I think, is nice, right?
Okay. Let me ask you this. Which round did you like more when it came to buzz in versus just each person gets a question?
I like the buzz-in. It's funner for me.
I like the opposite. I like that each person gets a question, but an opportunity to steal.
Okay. Well,
Well, I think they're both good then. Yeah,
All right, we'll do
probably
both
a
then.
little bit
All right,
both.
maybe we'll do that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind having a round of each.
Okay. All right. Well, with the exception of the no Final Jeopardy, because I forgot to save a question for that. There we go.
No, I thought that was really fun. I think we're getting better at the trivia stuff too, and I think we'll make another version of the vibe coded game here, and we could put in the final question stuff in there too.
Well, what I need from you guys is to tell me another topic you both think you would know a lot about. That's the trick. Because I like being the host too, but I'm sure the next one.
Well,
will
why
be
don't we
me and
rotate
Seth.
it? Why don't I host and you two play next time?
Ooh, well, we can do that. You could probably like quiz us on Commodore stuff or something. But the thing is, you'd have to check the answers, yourself somehow.
You mean like
I think it'd be
AI
okay.
like you did?
Yeah, just do AI stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got it.
because it's okay even if like the question's wrong. It'd be kind of funny, right?
Because we can then talk about it and debate it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll be
Okay.
like,
Yeah, I mean there were some
yeah.
jacked up answers in this one too.
Right, and it wasn't bad. It was just kind of ironic. Like, yeah, it was. People wouldn't have normally guessed some of those answers.
Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot.
All right.
Well, I think
Good
that's
show,
about it
everyone.
for this episode. Episode 2's wrapped up. We'll be back theoretically in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Is that
we'll
right?
do every 2 weeks until we get a more rhythm down here. So.
Cool. Well, nice show, everybody.